Have you ever heard of a murder so bizarre it stumped even the most seasoned detectives? Today, we're diving into the baffling case known as the Silent Room Murder. Imagine this: a quiet suburban house, a locked room from the inside, and a victim found with no signs of forced entry. It sounds like something straight out of an Agatha Christie novel, but this was a chilling reality for investigators. On a cold October morning, police were called to a seemingly ordinary home. The family was concerned because they hadn't heard from their reclusive uncle, a wealthy art collector named Arthur Vance, for several days. When they arrived, they found every window and door locked tight. The only way in was to break down the door to his study. What they discovered inside was a scene that would haunt them for years. Arthur Vance was dead, slumped over his desk. But here's where it gets truly strange. The room was locked from the inside with a heavy deadbolt. The only key was found in Arthur's own pocket. The single window was sealed shut with old paint and hadn't been opened in decades. There were no hidden passages, no secret doors, nothing. It was as if the killer had simply vanished into thin air. The initial theory was suicide, but the autopsy quickly ruled that out. The cause of death was a poison so rare it was almost untraceable, administered in his evening tea. But how could a killer get in, poison the tea, and then leave, locking the heavy door from the inside behind them? It seemed utterly impossible. Detectives interviewed everyone: the disgruntled nephew, the jealous business partner, the suspicious housekeeper. Each had a motive, but all had ironclad alibis. The case went cold for nearly a year. The media dubbed it the Silent Room Mystery, and it became a local legend. The police were at a dead end. The room itself held no clues. No fingerprints, no fibers, nothing out of place except for the deceased owner. It was the perfect crime. Or was it? The breakthrough came from the most unexpected place: a dusty, old book on magic and illusion found in Arthur's own collection. One sharp-eyed detective, unwilling to let the case go, was re-examining the victim's personal effects. He noticed a book on escape artistry had a bookmark on a peculiar page. It described an old magician-esque trick for locking a door from the outside using a simple piece of string and a pin. The mechanism was designed to pull the bolt across and then be retrieved, leaving no trace. It was an incredibly clever, low-tech solution to a high-tech problem. With this new theory, the investigators re-examined the crime scene with fresh eyes. They found a microscopic scratch mark on the doorframe and a tiny, almost invisible hole in the ornate rug near the door, just big enough for a thin string to pass through. The pieces were finally falling into place. The killer hadn't vanished. They had just been incredibly cunning. The focus immediately shifted back to the suspects. Who had the knowledge and the nerve to pull off such a stunt? The trail led them back to the nephew, an amateur magician who had been struggling with debt. He had visited his uncle the day of the murder, and under renewed questioning, his alibi crumbled. He confessed, explaining how he used the trick he de-learned from one of his uncle's own books to commit the perfect locked-room murder. This case is a fascinating reminder that sometimes the most complex problems have the simplest, albeit most ingenious, solutions. It shows how human creativity can be used for both good and evil. What do you think is the most mind-bending part of this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible true crime stories.